Hello, everyone. My name is Bryce Paden, and this is my communicating and advocating for school community needs. So first, for my school district, and our school district of Riverside USD 114, we have a non-discrimination statement that is in our policy on our school website, and it reads, it is the policy of Riverside USD 114 not to discriminate on the basis of race, color, national origin, sex, disability, religion, creed, age, marital status, socioeconomic status, and its educational programs, including career and technical education programs, and its employment practices, and provides equal access to the Scout and any designated youth groups. We don't have a ton of policy for communication with diverse families or anything of that nature. We do discuss them, but it's not in the policy as much as it probably should be. So looking at some other schools, I found Bennington Public School in Nebraska, and they have a similar non-discrimination statement that they had, as well as a multicultural education philosophy statement that reads, the Bennington Public School is dedicated to assisting students in acquiring the knowledge and skills that are necessary for living and working in a global society. Our school community fosters an environment where students and staff recognize, affirm, and respect diversity and social independence. The diversity in our world provides us opportunity to understand different values, customs, and experiences. We are committed to eliminating prejudice, discrimination, and stereotypes of all kinds. The public school policies, programs, and activities promote the support the goals of multicultural education, as well as provide professional development for all employees to identify, examine, eliminate institutional beliefs, policies, and practices. I found those, and I thought that was interesting because it described a little bit of how they provide professional development for their staff. So the next school district that I looked up is the St. Joe School District in St. Joseph, Missouri, which is right over the bridge from my school district to Kansas, over in Missouri. It is a policy of St. Joe School District to ensure equal employment opportunity without discrimination or harassment on the basis of sex, age, color, national origin, citizenship, creed, religion, marital status, orientation, age, disability, and many others. And it prohibits discrimination or harassment of any kind. Employees and partners, in addition to just school district, employees have partners in the forms of colleagues, board of education, community members. All partners, both internal and external, of the district are entitled to be treated with respect, and all employees in the district are expected to act professionally. These are all common things. They didn't describe anything about the communication process. It was more along the lines of reaching the diverse, their diverse backgrounds of the students and families. Okay, so another school district that I went to research on was Sabetha USD 113. I did not find any policy from the district on how to communicate with families with diverse backgrounds. I feel as though this might be the case because they are a larger district, and it currently holds 3 different high schools. Excuse me, in one district. Sabetha is actually in our league, so I thought they would be a good district to look into to see what they bring about. They are the much bigger of the other two schools that are in the same district, but I was a little shocked that there was not anything in policy wise on discussing with families. Okay, so another school in our league and right down the road as well is Hiawatha School District. I found a lot of information on theirs. It talks about Hiawatha schools agreed to govern, discusses the parental involvement, means the participation of parents in a regular two-way meaningful communication involving student academic learning and other school activities, including ensuring parents plan and an integral role in assessing their children's learning. Parents are encouraged to be actively involved in their child's education. The parents are full partners in the child's education and are included as appropriate in decision making for their students, as well as the carrying out of other activities such as described in one of their other policies. I like how it goes through and talks about the responsibilities for high student academic achievements. Goes on to talk about the parents' capacity in encouraging the strong parental involvement, and it allows parent training opportunities, parental access to websites, PowerSchool newsletters. The school incorporate the school parent compact as a component of the involvement policy. Describes a little bit about the middle school and what that looks like. During enrollment, parent-teacher conferences or scheduled meetings with the teacher. The school will be completed by the principal, teacher, parent, and the student. And the school will, with the assistance of the district, provide assistance to parents of children served by the school in understanding topics such as the following. And it lists those there. So a few other things that I found along with this, the school will, with the assistance of the district and parents, educate its teachers, pupils, service personnel, principals, and other staff on how to reach out, to communicate with, and work with parents as equal partners in the value, unity, contributions of parents. I really thought that this was good. It goes through every step of the communication process and what that looks like and what the expectation is. And I'm so glad that I found Hiawatha's, because it lays out the expectation for the parents and in the hopes of getting some family involvement. So kind of stepping away from those into what does it look like? What is the importance of communicating with the families? It builds positive impact, builds trust. And in one of the resources, it is well documented that strong home connections are essential for academic success of all learners. Yet many of us struggle to engage families, especially linguistically and culturally diverse families. Goes into academic success. It encourages better attendance, and also just lays down a foundation of trust, and just demonstrates that us as parents or us as teachers and parents as well just care. They want to be involved, and we want to have that good communication. It just shows that we care. So learning how to get to know them. One way would be like family events that the school puts on. We can assume we understand our community just because we work here, but most of our staff don't live in the community, and when they look at the demographics of the district and the staff, they don't match up. But what we do have in common is that we want our students to succeed. And I thought that was a great little clip out of Monero, as well as integrate families and the community into the curriculum. I think that's very, very important to understand the demographics of your students, and then be able to use that as families and put their customs and traditions and linguistically into the curriculum to help out everyone. And some common best practices to communicate this. One would be in the beginning of the year, questionnaire and conversations, inviting them into the school prior to the school year, and get them all on the same page and get to know them a little bit. The use of technology. Technology is huge in today's society. It seems like there's an app for everything. Two that stuck out were Class Dojo that we currently use, mostly in the primary building, and the Talking Point software that alerts parents to check in with teachers, and even gives prompts to ask things. I had never heard of that one. I thought it was really cool when I read it. It definitely has its place in the school system. And also different forms, greetings, male, female roles, roles in culture, nonverbal communications, lots of things that when you're dealing with different demographics, or you're, dealing with multicultural families, these things matter. And when you're dealing with different cultures and customs and verbal and nonverbal, it can be a lot for teachers, and they need to be able to be understood what's going on, as well as phone calls, email, meetings, conferences, newsletters, and just referrals to just check in, be there for the students. And so how do we teach this to the staff? This was an example: speak low and practice active listening. This was something that I feel like needs to be taught to our staff. They need to be able to take a step back, talk slow, and engage. Focus on developing the skills. There needs to be training. Establish a district family engagement team. I thought this was interesting. I'd never heard of that, but it would definitely be something to look at. Professional development training, obviously, staff needs to be trained up on this, up to date. Make engaging and communicating with all families a part of the mission and vision statement. If it's not important enough to be put in there, then it's not important enough to be training on. It needs to be a focus that communicating with all families is a priority. And here is my references. Thank you very much.